right, cool. We are live. Today we have an awesome conversation with Hunter, one of our students in Brand Builders Academy program. And Hunter recently reached $1,000 a day with his store. Is that accurate, Hunter?
Yeah, on Sunday I hit my first 1K day.
Nice. Let's go. So yeah, Hunter hit his first 1K a day with his e-commerce business, and you're 20.
I'm 20 years old. Yep, turned 21 in September.
My man. Which date in September?
September 9th.
Oh, nice. My wife is second.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So, yeah, great to connect. Thank you so much for joining me. Where are you from?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm from Iowa.
Iowa. Is this where they grow potatoes or no?
Not potatoes, it's corn. You're
Oh,
close.
corn. Yeah. Idaho is potatoes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, man. So how did you get into e-commerce? Like, what was your journey so far?
So yeah, I mean, I've always like kind of wanted to start a business. I didn't know what business I wanted to start or how I was going to start it. So like I graduated high school in 2022 and it was like, well, I don't know what business to start. I don't know how to start it. I thought drop shipping was dead at the time. Unfortunately, I wish I started back then. But I decided to go to college. I just went to community college my first 2 years, so I could stay at home, work full time. So I did that, and basically about a year ago, I came across Jordan Brown. I don't know if you know who he is, but
Yeah.
he had like an 18-hour free course that I saw, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I watched that, and it completely changed my mindset about e-com and drop shipping, and it completely made me believe that it's possible. So after that, I started like, consuming content on YouTube and I started getting ads on my feed. And eventually I joined a program for BBA. And that was about May of last year. So I was in that until November. And it was not a very good program, to be honest with you, man. Like I just didn't get the help that I was promised to get. Um, and anyways, I got my ad account banned and like I didn't get any help getting it back or anything. So that was like the final straw for me. So I went back to YouTube, found Mark's channel, and ended up joining BBA. And yeah,
Awesome. How was your experience at BBA so far?
oh man, it's been awesome. I mean, the coaches in here are awesome. I join like pretty much every weekly call and ask questions, and coaches are awesome. I've met a lot of cool friends even as well. So
No, nice, my man. So, what was like? So for you, like, there's like a typical path, that people are going through. You go to school, you go to like or college, university, and you get a job. You work there for 40 years. Like, so what was kind of like? Did you have like a different mindset about this? Like, did you want to get into the business? Did you see a different path for yourself than what most people are going through?
yeah, man, I never I couldn't see myself doing that. Like I couldn't see myself working the same stagnant job for 40 years. Like it just seemed so boring to me. And I was consuming a bunch of like self-improvement content on the internet, people talking about business and this and that, seeing people live these crazy lives, making money on the internet. And I was like, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? Um, so yeah, that was always my philosophy is like we're all gonna die someday, so like you might as well try to make the most out of your life. Like
Hmm.
we're all gonna die, so you might as well at least try to do something cool with your life. So yeah.
Awesome, man. So, like, how was like? Did you have like any like skepticism? Like, so once you started exploring, and it's very shiny, right? Like, you go on YouTube, like everyone's having like this amazing lifestyle, driving cars, lives in like mansions, and um, a lot of it is about like lifestyle. Did you have like any kind of like bullshit detectors or like skepticism about like internet money?
Definitely. And like after the first program, like I joined this program and I should have asked a lot more questions because I didn't know how much money these guys were making. I didn't know if they were even really qualified to teach a course. And like nobody in that program really had any proof that like none of the students were doing numbers either. So I was very skeptical about like if this is even possible. But at the same time, like I read the book Think and Grow Rich,
Hmm.
And this book like completely changed my life. And I just had the faith, like I knew that this is possible. People are doing it. I can do it. So then like I joined BBA and I saw these students like posting their wins, and I actually saw some of them like really succeed. And um, I just maintained that faith and believed in myself this whole time.
So how did you how did you maintain that faith and belief? Because it's kind of like when we do something and maybe it's not working out like right away, we oftentimes like getting like discouraged. Like where was that like faith coming from for you?
I think it was just the proof. Like there's, I could see all the students in BBA who are hitting 1K days or even more. Plus, my coach is doing 800K a month, and other coaches in the program are doing more than that. So, like the proof is right there, and these people are talking to me every single day. And so, if they're talking to me, sorry, got a call. Um, then like obviously it's possible. So it was just a matter of time, really. And I'm a big believer in Jesus as well. So I put my faith there, and that's helped me a lot too.
Man, that's awesome because it's fascinating. Like I was reflecting on this like recently because I'm an older guy, compared to you guys. You guys are so young, and when I started in the industry, like many of the things that are available to us right now, like even AI, like all of the tools, like all of the softwares, that just simplify the creation of the business in different parts in that process, they were not available. Like it was all like manual manual work. And and at the same time with all that abundance, I was looking at the stats, like only like 5% of people or so that create like Shopify stores, for instance, like ever get like their first like sale. And this is
Wow,
so fascinating to me that like with all of that abundance of resources, very small amount of people actually kind of like pursues it like long enough to see those like initial results and get motivated to pursue it even farther. So and then I'm thinking, why is that? Like, and what you said makes so much sense. It's a fate, right? Like if you didn't believe it like internally that this is possible, then like you'll have the first kind of discouragement or the first obstacle or the first challenge, which is inevitable in a business. Like it's business is constant problem solving. Then you will just get discouraged and just quit.
agreed. I also think a big part of that is having a reason why. Like you really have to want it. I mean, if you don't have a reason that you're doing it, then I mean, there's just no point. You'll give up.
Yeah, for sure, my man. So what was reason why for you?
A big thing for me, I so my first year of college, I was staying at home, just going to community college. So I would go to class during the day, and then I also worked in a factory at night, and I work in
My
in
man,
eight
factory.
factory workers, man. Yeah, something about it, huh? But
100%.
I go to class, and then I work an 8-hour shift. So I'd get off about 11 p.m. and then I'd go to the gym afterwards and get home at like 2 in the morning, and then I would uh, do the same thing the next day. But anyways, I did this for like the first year of college, and I saw how miserable these people were at this factory job. Like
Hmm.
they would just walk in every single day and just be completely drained. And their whole mindset about like money and life, it was just very sad to me. And because I'm consuming all this content on the internet of people who are living the exact opposite life, and I was listening to what they said, and it was just sad to see that. And so that summer, I actually got a sales internship for just a small company, and that was like that was a big wake up call for me to see what life would be like if I didn't start a business and I got a job from my degree and I worked in an
Hmm.
office the rest of my life. And I was just miserable. Like I really didn't like it at all, and I was like, I can't spend the whole rest of my life doing this. I need to make a change. And yeah, apart from that, it's just like financial freedom, um, location freedom. Want to retire with my parents, all that cool stuff.
Man, it's fascinating, like you mentioned about kind of just reflecting on the kind of looking around yourself, looking around people, like, and seeing how like I was reading the stats somewhere like 60% or so of people are unhappy like with their jobs.
Wow.
And so imagine like living your life and just like not being happy. Because I remember myself, working in a factory. I was also looking at some people who work on that factory for like 10 years. And like the same as in your case, it's like those people were like miserable. Like they were like looking forward to Friday, because they can have like a beer, they can have like just kind of like forget about work for 2 days. They have those like 2 days off, and then Monday they will be like, hating that job and like still coming to it because they needed to pay the bills. And many people are in this situation, but not many people are actually reflecting on like on the pain. And like it's almost like self-inflicted pain, right? It's kind of like you have to make it like so unbearable almost, right? Like to in order to just motivate yourself to take action. Because with everything that we have right now, like there's entertainment that's like accessible, like Netflix, like all of these things that are like accessible, cheap alcohol, it's like those things are so accessible, and they put you in this like comfort zone where it's like, yeah, it's like I kind of hate my job, but I come home and I forget about it like for a few hours, and then I go back next day and I hate it again. But it's kind of like living in that middle, in that comfort zone, is what usually stops people from like pursuing their dreams and like just going after it. And it's fascinating that you kind of you kind of like inflicted that pain on yourself in order to take action.
Yeah, it's crazy, and people they just accept it, and they kind of just don't think that there's any other way in life. They kind of just think that that's how life is that you just go work your job that you don't really like. You don't really like your boss. You go there every single day for 8 hours, and then, like you said, you just look forward to the weekend or to get home and to finally escape and watch Netflix. But I mean, you spend the majority of your life at work, so you might as well enjoy it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
100%. I think it was Joe Rogan podcast. Like I was listening recently. It's like right now we have the biggest like wealthy people versus people that don't have money. Like there's the biggest like gap in history. Like, and yeah, I've been through all of these stages, like through all of the like I've seen the evolution of all of the tools, and I'm like, shit. I mean, all of the tools that are available right now, like you can build a business with like, I mean, you literally have a laptop, you have few tools, you need some skills, obviously, but like all of that is gainable, like in literally like few months time frame. You can like just start changing your life in a big way. And for me, this is so fascinating that there's such a big gap. Whereas like, yeah, this abundance of tools that are just like, geez, man, just get to work, like figure it out. And I'm thinking about that. Okay, so if people are not doing it because they're probably just like feeding off the wrong information, like they're taking information from the wrong sources. Sometimes sometimes that can be even like family or their close friends that they associate it with. How did you overcome that person, like in terms of like, because I don't know, like let's say you go to community college, like I don't think a lot of people there are business minded, right? Like so,
No.
so how did you kind of like find those like the right sources of information to feed your mind and get in the right direction?
Yeah, so I had to distance myself from pretty much everybody in my life and just kind of love them at a distance. Great people, it's just like you said, just different mindsets. So like I kind of isolated myself and I consumed a lot of content on the internet. Like I was listening, so I would drive to work every single day. It's about a 30-minute drive, or I'd walk to class. So I'm in university now, so I'm on campus, but walk to class whenever I get time, headphones in, listening to a podcast, watching, your content, Mark's content, Alex Hormozy, all these guys just talking about business and life. And that when that's all you're consuming, that's you start to adopt that mindset and those beliefs. And, like it took a while, but now like I fully changed my whole mindset and beliefs due to listening to other people's content and reading books and stuff.
For sure, man. So you're in university right now.
Yeah, yeah. So last year I just transferred over to university, so I got 1 year left.
Nice. So what are you studying in university?
Marketing.
Marketing. Is it
Yeah.
any helpful?
Honestly, it's a little bit helpful, not as much as it should be, to be honest with you. Um, I've read like my time in BBA, and I've got a course from Stephen Georgi, RMBC method,
Yeah.
and like
Great.
I've read a couple books, breakthrough advertising and stuff. I probably learned more from my own education than college. Hate to say it, but there has been some good stuff that I've learned that has helped me out for sure.
Mark also, I don't know if you know Mark's
Yeah, yeah,
story. He also was studying marketing in the University of San Diego for a few
nice.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that something like, so let's say, okay, so you graduate university, would you still go the entrepreneurial route, or like you would use those skills to get like a, I don't know, like high paid job, like some company?
So if I didn't have success and I couldn't support myself with ecom, I was going to get a job.
Uh-huh.
But if I have enough money to support myself, then I'm gonna stick with ecom and just do ecom. I don't see like my whole point was to eventually like do my own thing. So if I don't have to get a job, I won't get a job.
And you managed to run your store while studying in the university.
Yeah,
So yeah, that just like, people's like, oh, I'm in university or I'm in college, I don't have time. Bullshit. Like you can find time if you wanted to. Like I don't know if you've seen, like I did one of our clients as well. He's in a ESS program now in our mastermind. His name is Braden. Braden
yeah,
Hadley. So he started his business also, like he was in college, he started the business like doing it on the side, like did like a few $1 million like his second year while still in college. And then he graduated because that's what his family wanted. And then he went into business full time. Yeah, this year he'll do like $15 million in sales. So yeah, it's I'd say, I mean, I think there's definitely some things you can learn. And also, I mean, just like in terms of developing like social skills, like and connecting with people, sometimes you can meet some smart people, you can meet some potential, maybe business partners even, if you have some like-minded people there. So there's definitely some upside to it, and you manage to still grow your business on the side while doing that. So I love that.
yeah, for sure. It took a lot of sacrificing my social time. Like I don't hardly go out anymore, and I don't really do anything other than ecom, really. So, it's possible. You just have to sacrifice a lot of your fun time.
What is the mindset? I'm curious. Like, what is the mindset of guys like and ladies like your age, like in college, university these days? Like, because they also, I mean, the same way you've had exposure to all of these, guys on YouTube, like, kind of creating like money on the internet, making money on the internet. So, are there a lot of people also in that mindset that they can just create their own business and kind of go that direction?
Not at all. Like everybody's focused on like getting away from class, escaping. It's partying, getting chicks, and like talking about sports or something completely unrelated. So that's just why I've kind of had to, distance myself from everybody.
Hmm.
And it's like, you get around these people and it's like, what do you talk about now? Because my whole free time I'm doing ecom and I'm not up to date with the recent basketball game or whatever, so
Did you watch the NBA finals at least?
I did not, man. I'm a Thunder fan too, but I just didn't. Mm-mm.
Oh wow! So you sacrificed even that,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. That's a big one.
I'm not like a huge Thunder fan. Like I'm not a big basketball fan. It's just I used to like the
Okay.
Thunder.
Is that which state was that one? Is that your state or
No, that's Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma? Oklahoma. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So when you joined BBA, like, did you have like some kind of like mindset shifts, like about like e-commerce, like in the process, like you were thinking about e-commerce in a different way since you have joined the program?
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, basically starting with product research, like the way that Mark, like I first started watching his videos and the way he talks about product research is completely opposite from than what I was taught in my other program. Like he teaches to go after saturated products that are already validated. And before that it's like I was taught to, maybe go on AliExpress and try to find a product that nobody's selling, you know, something like that. And yeah, I mean the whole product research system that you guys have, that you guys teach is that was a big mindset, a big change for me. Um, also, um, just like creating a website, like everything pretty much was just different. Yeah.
So do you use like a lot of AI in your process right now?
Oh yeah, a ton. Like I don't think I've ever sent in a full email to a customer by myself.
Nice.
It's all AI, man. Like, yeah.
That's awesome. And I think, like in terms of the skill sets that you need to have for the future, like AI is not just something that, we as entrepreneurs need. Like, I think everyone needs AI. Like, one way or another, it will impact all of our lives. So we either like adapt it and learn to live with it, or it will be just like, like a lot of people will be out of jobs. Um,
Yeah.
like Elon, like I don't know if you watched like last week or week before, like Elon launched this the taxis, the automated like taxis in like robo taxi, I think it's called, in Austin,
Mm.
and like full automated cars, like no drivers. Like, yeah, right now it's kind of like gimmicky. Right now it's just like in one city, But then, like, if there's like an adaptation, like 3 5 years from now, they'll be everywhere. So imagine all of the like Uber drivers, for instance, like those people will be out of jobs. And so it's either like you learn to adapt. Okay, what is it? What is another skill set I can acquire, like in my free time, that will put me in a better position in the future? Or a lot of people will be fucked, man.
Absolutely. Dude, it's crazy how fast AI is growing. Even in the 6 months that I've been in BBA, AI has changed so much. Like, I don't even think ChatGPT could make images when I first started. And
No.
now, yeah, and now the images are phenomenal, And but yeah, it's like even in college, we'll have to do like group projects and stuff, and some people will kind of shame using ChatGPT and stuff, and I'm like, why would you not use AI, my man? Like this is where everything's heading, and if you don't learn how to use it now, I mean, the way it's growing so fast, you're gonna get left behind. And like you said, a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs, and it's crazy how fast it's growing, really.
For sure, man. So what? So for your products, you're currently using images to sell them?
No, no, no. So right now, I have in the past, but my product right now that just hit my 1K days, I'm running mini VSLs about 2 to 3 minutes.
Nice. And so you're writing scripts using AI, or AI helps you?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Nice. And then what other parts of the process like you're using AI for?
All my copywriting, whether it's for my product pages or my ad scripts, that's all AI. Um, and I use um, AI to create images for my product pages. And something I just recently started doing, which I think I got from you or Mark, it's creating like UGC images of people will create it holding your product, and then I'll put it into Kling AI to turn it
Yeah,
into a video. So I'll use that as B-roll or some of my scroll stoppers.
for sure, moment. You can also look into like VO, the Google,
Oh yeah, I've been
that
seeing
one
a
is
lot of
also
that.
pretty good. Yeah, also for B-roll. Like before, like even like in our business, like I'm personally like shocked like how fast it moves. Like because it's before, we would work with creators. Like let's say we need some B-roll or we need some content for our ads. We'll find a creator, we'll start negotiating with them. Sometimes they're not responsive, so that would take like 2 3 days. Then we would like agree on terms. We send them the product. That takes additional 2 3 5 days depending where they are. And then after that, they shoot the content. Usually sometimes it takes them like a week because they cannot find the time, and then they send it and it's shit, and you have to give them feedback and they have to send it back, and it's like the whole process takes like 2 3 weeks. Now you need a piece of B-roll You go to any of these like AI tools, you create it like in 10, 15 minutes, and it just like the speed, like just the speed like at which you can operate right now, it's nothing I have ever seen before. And so just like for people, like that's what I'm saying, like in terms of the opportunity people have right now, like if they're willing to adopt these tools, if they're willing to learn these tools, if they're willing to learn, prompt engineering, and operate AI like a professional, maybe not even professional, just like above average, like person, like giving it proper prompts, just the upside there in a short time horizon. I think over time it will get like more and more adapted, but as of right now, I think we have a tremendous opportunity of like people who move fast, who take advantage of these tools, who just have a tremendous advantage over other people in the market. And you can just move fast, you can test things fast, you can just like create these assets incredibly quickly. That gives you the advantage in the market, and allows you to scale faster.
Absolutely. I mean, you can do product research, you can build your whole product page, you can even make a whole ad all in one day. If you really wanted to, you could test at least one product a day with using AI. I mean, it's really crazy how fast you can move. And that's one of the most important parts of business, I think. From what I found, like that was a mistake I made early on is I wasn't moving fast enough. Um, so like moving fast is crucial to your success.
For sure, moment. So, for you right now, like, what is kind of like the main things that you're spending your time on in the business?
So right now, I just set up my managed checkout email flows. So setting up email marketing now. Um, Also just set up post-purchase upsells. So I'm gonna do an A/B test there, and then just making more creatives,
Run more ads.
run more ads, man. Hell yeah.
For sure, man. How is your parents supportive of you like pursuing the business and entrepreneurship?
Very, yeah. I've got lucky. My parents have been very supportive of me this whole time. I think they thought I was a little bit crazy. They see me working, like I'd come back for Christmas break or whatever, and they'd see me just in my room working my ass off, and they're like probably wondering why I don't go out as much and like all this stuff. And like for a whole 6 months, I didn't see any success. I was just losing money. So to them, it looks like he's putting in all this time for no results. Um, but they were still supportive of me that whole time, and you know, I was I shared with them my first 1K day, and they were thrilled. That was a really cool experience.
That's awesome, man. Do you have like brothers, sisters?
I got a sister, yeah.
Yeah. Is she also entrepreneurial minded like you?
Not at all, not at
No.
all. She's 2 years older than me, and she actually works with my dad.
Oh,
So
nice, nice. So when you were joining BBA, it's investment, it's time investment, it's a financial investment. Like, were you like nervous or like scared at all?
oh hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I when I was on that sales call and Dan said the price, my heart dropped. I was like, damn. But it was either I keep going down the same path that I was down, otherwise I make this jump of faith and just hope for the best. And yeah, I took the risk. It was definitely a big decision for me to make, and I had to, like really force myself to do it. But well worth it.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for your trust, by the way. It's like I you like my personal mission is like, and overall like the mission of our company is like the I believe we have tremendous opportunity right now, like, and that changed my life, changed other people's lives. Like literally, I see people like getting into the business, and then a few years later, they're running like massive businesses. We had some clients that exited their businesses for life-changing amounts, and it's like as long as people are committed from their side to make it happen, like we'll provide them all of the resources to succeed. Like we literally have the whole playbook, and but it takes that, like you mentioned, that leap of faith. Like even like you don't have proof yet, right? Like you don't have like proof that it works. You don't have proof that it's like, but internally, like you believe that this can work and you're capable of it. And then you work with the right people who can support you with all of those missing pieces. Like that's literally everything that you need to succeed.
Exactly. Like You literally, I have, people, coaches doing six figures speaking to me pretty much every single day, giving me advice. And 6 months of that, I mean, you're gonna learn a lot and grow really fast. But like you said, you just gotta have that faith.
For sure, my man. Do you believe like e-commerce is saturated?
No, not at all. I used to. Like I said, like in 2022 when I graduated high school, I thought drop shipping was dead. I thought it was a thing of the past, but not at all.
How do you look at it right now?
I think it's just gonna continue to grow. I mean, I think eventually, like, pretty much everything is gonna be online.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, the internet, everybody's on their phone, everybody's on social media. Like, e-commerce is just gonna continue to grow and, you know, I mean, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger.
For sure, my man. So like with everything that you have learned inside of BBA, do you think you have like figured out by yourself?
You think I would have?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so, man. I really don't. I I could have, but it would have taken me years, probably years. Like, yeah, I have like very specific questions, and it's just a simple text to a coach, get an answer that same day, and there's a lesson learned right there.
Just the speed of like kind of like feedback loops. Because
Exactly.
especially, yeah, it's like even like I mean like the same framework like what you mentioned is like I still work with mentors like right now, like I've done well, like I've learned a lot in my journey so far, but it's like I think just like mentors and people who have achieved what you wanna achieve is a shortcut. And you can like obviously you can try to do it by yourself. You can watch YouTube videos, you can find information like in ChatGPT or like Google. But it's like if you want it faster and just shortcut that learning curve, it just get some help from someone who's done it.
Exactly. And the people who have done it, they've failed before you have to fail, which saves you time and money. I mean, yeah.
For sure, my man. So knowing what you know now, like if you could go back, let's say like 1 year ago and tell yourself one thing regarding, starting your business, what would you tell yourself?
That's a good question. First of all, I'd say just do it. Get rid of any skepticism you might have. Just do it. Um, Besides that, get help from like a trusted program or like trusted coaches because I had a bad experience with the first program I joined. If I would have joined BBA right away instead of that program, I would have had success a lot earlier. Um, but yeah, I mean, just work your ass off and have faith that it's going to work out and you'll get there.
Do you have like do you guys have like where you based, like you live in kind of like in a village or like in a city?
I live in a city.
In the city, okay, so you don't have like farms or like anything like that?
No, I
No.
don't, but a lot of my friends do. Yeah, there's a lot of farms here in Iowa.
Do you like living there, or you want to move to like somewhere like Miami or other cities?
My plan is to actually move to Miami. Yeah, when
Nice,
I
nice.
graduate college this year, I want to move to Miami.
Yeah, it's a great spot. um my man, I appreciate you so much. It's your story is super inspiring. And um you like I started my business like when I was like 25. Like you you started like way 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 earlier. So 5 years you commit to this, it will change your life. And literally all the tools, everything is just evolving so fast to give you that advantage. And I appreciate your trust in joining Brand Builders Academy, because it's like it's like if you don't believe that you can do it, then no matter how hard we try, it will be impossible to make it work. So it's a kind of both sides relationship. So I appreciate your trust and pursuing this, even though like initially you didn't have results. And yeah, my man, I'm looking forward to seeing you at 100K a month. That's the
Yes,
next
sir.
step.
Very soon, man. Very soon.
Awesome. Hunter, thank you so much for joining me. It was a tremendous conversation. I love your story. And yeah, see you at 100K a month and soon in Miami.
Yes, sir. We'll see you then. And thanks for everything you built, Alex. And thanks for having me on here today. It's been a pleasure to speak with you, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.